Imagine a fire, not a roaring bonfire that warms you, but a small, hidden ember. It smolders. It burns. It ignores your schedule. It ignores your dignity. And right when you are at a family dinner or driving your grandchildren to the park, that ember flares into an inferno. That is what living with hemorrhoids feels like. A secret fire you can't put out. You walk into the pharmacy, desperate for relief. You stare at the shelf. Ointments, creams, gels, wipes, suppositories. They all promise the same thing: relief. But pick the wrong one, and you're not putting out the fire. You're pouring gasoline on it. I'm Dr. Sarah Collins. I have spent 10 years in clinical medicine treating the things people are too embarrassed to talk about. And today, we are skipping the marketing hype. I have analyzed the active ingredients, the absorption rates, and the safety profiles for older adults. I am going to rank the top 5 over-the-counter hemorrhoid treatments. Number 1 is a lifesaver. But number 3, most of you are using it wrong, and it might be thinning your skin. Let's put out the fire. Before we rank them, you need to understand the enemy. Hemorrhoids aren't growths. They are veins. Think of them like varicose veins, but in the most inconvenient place possible. As we age, the tissues supporting these veins weaken. Gravity takes over. They swell, they bleed, and they itch. To treat them, we need 3 things. 1, vasoconstriction, to shrink the vein. 2, anesthesia, to kill the pain. And 3, protection, to shield the skin. Here is how the top products stack up. Coming in at number 5, we have the hygiene hero, witch hazel pads. Now listen closely. This is not a cure. If you have a raging, painful thrombosed hemorrhoid, wiping it with witch hazel is like throwing a cup of water on a house fire. It won't stop it. However, for our older patients, hygiene is critical. Toilet paper is abrasive. It's like sandpaper on an open wound. Witch hazel is an astringent. It tightens proteins in the skin and provides a cooling sensation. The verdict: use these after a bowel movement to clean the area gently, but do not rely on them to shrink the pile. They are the sidekick, not the superhero. Number 4 is for when you can't sit down. The heavy artillery, Lidocaine 5%. This is a local anesthetic. It doesn't shrink the hemorrhoid. It doesn't heal the tissue. It simply shuts off the nerves. It sends a message to your brain saying, nothing to see here. Why is it only number 4? Because it is temporary. It wears off. And for older adults, we have to be careful. Lidocaine can be absorbed into the bloodstream. If you have heart rhythm issues, do not slather this on 5 times a day. The verdict: use it for the emergency flare-up when the pain is 8 out of 10. But don't use it for more than a few days. Number 3 is the most controversial on my list: Hydrocortisone. This is a steroid. It is magical for the itch. You know that maddening, deep itch that keeps you awake? This stops inflammation in its tracks. But here is the danger. I see this in my clinic all the time. Patients use this every day for months. Stop. Steroids cause skin atrophy. They thin the skin. As we age, our skin is already thinning. If you use this too long, you make the skin around the anus fragile, prone to tearing, and you create a vicious cycle of damage. The verdict: use it for the itch, but strictly for 1 week maximum. Then, put it away. Number 2, we have to talk about location. If your problem is deep inside, if you feel a fullness or see bright red blood, but don't feel sharp pain, creams won't reach the target. You need a suppository. Specifically, ones containing phenylephrine and cocoa butter. The cocoa butter melts at body temperature, coating the internal canal. The phenylephrine is a vasoconstrictor. It actually clamps down on those swollen blood vessels and shrinks them. The verdict: essential for internal hemorrhoids. Best used at night so it stays in place while you sleep. And finally, the number 1 treatment: the gold standard, classic ointment with phenylephrine and mineral oil. Why does this win? Because it treats the root cause and the symptoms safely. First, phenylephrine actively shrinks the swollen tissue. It reduces the size of the hemorrhoid. Second, mineral oil and petrolatum form a physical barrier. This is crucial for older adults. It acts like a second skin, protecting the area from moisture and friction so it can actually heal. It is safer for long-term use than steroids or anesthetics. A quick warning for my patients with high blood pressure. Phenylephrine can theoretically raise blood pressure. It is rare with topical use, but if your BP is uncontrolled, ask your cardiologist first. I can give you the best ointment in the world. I can give you the gold standard. But if you are straining on the toilet tomorrow morning, you are undoing all my work. The true cure isn't in a tube. It's hydration. And fiber. Soft stools don't hurt. Hard stools do. It is that simple. Hemorrhoids are not a life sentence. They are a signal from your body. Start with the ointment for the swelling. Use the witch hazel for hygiene. And keep the hydrocortisone for emergencies only. You don't have to live with the fire. You can put it out. I'm Dr. Sarah Collins. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more straight talk on the medicine that actually matters.